Hi everyone, and welcome to the Book Refuge, and welcome to another recommendations video. So I just got this suggestion on one of my last recommendation videos where I asked for recommendations about which recommendations I should give you. And I'm needing to pre-film a little bit, so you'll notice most of the next videos for me, I'll be wearing the same thing. I'm trying to pre-film things for this week as well as the 2 weeks that I will be gone. So pardon me if I don't respond to any comments right away on this video, but even though I'm gone, I will still be putting up 3 to 4 videos every week. Here at the Book Refuge, I do mostly book recommendations, weekly vlogs. I have an Outlander series where I have done book reviews for books 1 through 5, and now I'm reviewing the television show episode by episode. So if that's something that interests you, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell for future updates when my videos come out. But today, we are doing a fake dating trope. So I just recently did a arranged marriage video, and this one is different in regards to this is when the people are fake dating, which I know that's what it says in the title, but there's a difference between like the arranged marriage, which can sometimes feel like fake relationship, especially in a few of those that I shared. But these ones are all where the people are, in a fake relationship because they need to put on a front for some reason, or their families want them to be married, but they aren't ready to commit. So they enter into either like a friends with benefits situation, not meaning it to be serious. But as my good friend Amanda at the Naughty Librarian says, it's great because they always fall in love for real, and it's always really fun because there's always that point in each book where either one person starts to have feelings first, or they both start to have feelings, but they're afraid the other person doesn't, and you just get this really fun chemistry between the two people while they are faking it, but then they make it happen eventually. So, okay, enough preamble. I have 5 books here to talk to you about. So let's go. The first one is one of my favorites from 2019, and that is Fixer Up by Tessa Bailey. This book went around Booktube, romance booktubers all talked about this. I really love Tessa Bailey. I can't wait to read more by her. But this one started off the Hot and Hammered series. And this is about this family who owns a construction business. And then so far it is about either their children or else people involved in their circle. So this first one is about Georgette Castle, and she goes by Georgie, and her brother's best friend, his name is Travis, and he used to be a professional baseball player until he got injured. And so now he's living back at home and he's working for Georgie's family in the construction business. And he's dealing with a lot of anger about not being in the big leagues anymore, as well as people in this town only see him as a baseball player, and now he doesn't have that anymore. And so he's in a bit of a funk. Georgie is a clown, literally. She is a birthday clown and entertainer, and she loves doing it. But nobody's taking her seriously, and she'd really like to get her romance prospects going. So she and Travis enter into this fake dating relationship where she is a wholesome, loved person in this town, and so by dating her, he is helping to show that he has turned over a new leaf and isn't the same sleep around high roller that he was before. And Georgie is hoping to raise her dateability status. There is some really smutty fun times in this series. I love it so much. And I just really enjoyed their chemistry. It is super hot right from the beginning. This is also a case of he knew her when she was younger. This is a, best friend's sister romance or brother's best friend romance, and I loved it. This is pretty high on the steam scale, and also I just love it. I'm loving this series too. So good. Then this is a newer book that I just read last month, and that is Tangled Like Us by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is kind of interesting. So this is technically book 4 in the Like Us series. I've talked about this series a lot, but this one is the set of like a new couple in the series. The first 3 are about one couple, and then this is about a new couple, but they're you should probably read it in order, but this one is about Jane and Thatcher, and Thatcher is Jane's bodyguard. So in this series, there is these three rich families that there's three sisters, and they each married someone and they each have a crap ton of kids. And they're also really famous. They're kind of like a Keeping Up with the Kardashians family, or they're these really well-known family because of like businesses that they run, and they'd had a TV show that involved their parents and then the kids eventually, and so now the kids are grown up and they are hounded by the paparazzi and fans, and they need bodyguards. And the series is also called, like, I think it's mostly called like Billionaires and Bodyguards, but everyone calls it the Like Us series because all of the books are called Like Us. But this one is super sexy, and these two have to fake date because reasons. Like, I'm not going to tell you what they are, but to me, it was kind of a thinly veiled, they need to fake date. Like, I think that the premise could have been better, but I'm not mad because these two are so sexy. And when they have their first, like when they start having to, you know, for the cameras, kiss and do more, ooh, it's so good. And they very quickly go from like, this isn't fake to us. Like, it's more that they have to pretend that it's fake than them being fake, if that makes sense. And so I really liked the twist on that, where they have to keep acting like it's fake for everyone else, not for them. For them, it's real pretty quickly. And I really, really like it. Then I have Burn For You. I can't remember who this one is by, but this one is about a chef and a kind of snooty rich guy who needs a fake relationship to appease his family. And so he had like pissed this girl off by not being nice about her food. And then there's this super sexy chemistry and he really likes her spunk. So he asks her to be in a fake relationship with him. And it's great. I don't remember everything perfectly about this one, so I apologize. I read this one last year, and with the amount of romances I read, it starts to get fuzzy, but I know I really loved it because in my ratings, I gave it 4.5 stars. So just know that the fake dating trope is in it, and trust me that I liked it, and give it a go. I believe this one's on Kindle Unlimited, so if you have that subscription, you have no reason not to try it. Then I have another Booktube darling, which I don't own this one anymore because I don't think that I will reread it, but I really liked it, and that is the Kiss Quotient by Helen Wong. You probably already know about this one. You probably already knew this, but we have the main character. She is on the autism scale, and she wants to learn about sex. So she hires a male escort named Michael to teach her about it. The thing is, Michael only escorts a woman once because he's had kind of some interesting interactions with clients before. But he really loves Stella, just her like no guile, and she and him just really click with each other, and it's really fun. This is also pretty steamy right off the bat, but there's also a lot of heart in this series. And so they end up being, she ends up asking him to be her fake boyfriend, and he also wants her to be a cover for him so that his family will get off his back, and it's just really great. And the second book in this series isn't a fake relationship. It's a like mail order bride situation called The Bride Test, and I also love that one, but that's a side note. And then finally, I couldn't make this without talking about this book. I will continue to tote this book no matter what other people say about it. It's problematic, but so are so many other romances that I feel no shame. And that is The Duke and I. I've kind of staked my booktube career and my historical romance persona around Julia Quinn, specifically The Duke and I, which was the first of her books I ever read. And I don't care what people say about it. I just don't. I love it. If you're someone who's really into historical romance, you've probably heard about this and given it a try. And if you're someone who loves historical romance, I don't think it'll be overly problematic for you. If you haven't ever tried historical romance, that's when I see this book being a big problem for people. But anyway, what it's about. This is about Daphne, who is the fourth child in a family of 8 siblings. And it's the first of the Bridgerton series, which is soon to be on Netflix in the fall. And I can't wait. I'm so interested to see. And Daphne's mother is trying to get her married because that's what happens in historical romances. And obviously not just historical romances, because none of these other books were historical. And Simon wants people to stop throwing women at him. He is the Duke of Hastings, and he's tired of every time he goes to a ball, someone is throwing someone at him. So him being friends with her oldest brother, Anthony, they decide to have a fake courtship, and then things go from not being so fake, and they're forced into marriage with each other. So this one kind of has both of those tropes. It has the fake dating or fake courting, which leads to kind of a forced marriage just because they get caught in a compromising position. And since this is a Regency romance, you gotta get married when that happens. So there you go. There is 5 fake dating trope books for you. Let me know what are some of your favorite ones. There is lists and lists of these. There's actually so many fake dating ones I haven't read. I've read more like arranged marriage than I have fake dating. I was surprised when I was making this list of like, oh wow, I haven't read as many of these as I thought. So please leave your recommendations for me and for other viewers down below. Again, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I have a ton of recommendations video, including a whole playlist that has over 30 recommendation videos on it. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.